Hi friends! Thank you Online Makeup Academy for sponsoring today's video. For those of you that don't know, Online Makeup Academy offers courses for makeup artists to complete and earn their certification. There's options depending on what specific area you want to focus on in makeup artistry. I chose to explore the SFX makeup course. It can be kind of difficult hunting down answers for questions if you're just Googling stuff, which is what I've done thus far because I am a self-taught makeup artist. So having this course was actually super helpful for me. I really like having everything laid out in lessons and modules, and it was just really helpful for me how it's like organized. It's kind of like having a textbook, except it's online and it's videos. I really like it. Once you enroll, you have lifetime access forever, including updates or things that are added to the course in the future. And then of course there's homework assignments. If you complete all the homework assignments, then at the end you can take your test for the certification. Obviously a certification opens up a lot of doors professionally. If you're not certified, you might not know this, but a little perk is that a lot of brands offer a professional discount. You basically can get like 40% off of a lot of high-end makeup brands. This video is going to be focused on applying silicone prosthetics, and I'm going to be following along. I've actually watched the lesson plan for this probably like 5 times, so I think I have it down like pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. By the way, if you'd like to check out Online Makeup Academy, you can find the link below as well as my discount code for $100 off. I would definitely recommend pre-painting silicone prosthetics to save time. I'm using the Skin Illustrator FX palette, which requires 90% alcohol to activate. I bought this product myself, but it is included in a kit you receive if you purchase the SFX course. You get an entire kit with a retail value of $365. I decided to purchase a few of the products myself to start building my own collection. The instructor says to work in light washes of color, so I'm adding layers of blood tones to darken the cracks and crevices. I'm really trying to emphasize texture, defining the lines on the horns, and also shading in the area where the horn emerges from the surrounding skin. This is my first time ever using this product or any alcohol activated paint. If at any point there's too much color, it's really easy to just dial it back with some alcohol on a sponge. I'm highlighting the ridges with white and going back and forth a bit with the alcohol and the paint to try to get a realistic amount of color. Here I have my finished painted prosthetics. They're looking pretty good. I am pleased with how these babies came out. I'm glad I pre-painted them because it would have been really hard to paint every single angle if they were already on my head. These things are so cute. Oh my gosh. I learned from the course that this outer edge of really thin material is called the flashing, and basically it's there so that you can easily blend the prosthetic into your skin. Around where the flashing is, there's this rim where you can see the name of the shop where I got the prosthetics from on Etsy. I'm going to keep this outer edge on. I'm not going to cut it off because I think it's going to make it easier to apply these. I think I like this placement. Taking a little bit of powder, I'm just patting it around the edge. And now I can see where I'm going to be putting them. I do have makeup on the lower part of my face underneath my eyebrows, and I did put a little bit in my eyebrows because I wanted to get a sense of the shape of where they're going to go in relation to the horns. I didn't put any makeup above my eyebrows except for the powder, obviously. I'm using a bit of 70% alcohol just to gently remove any leftover oil from when I applied my moisturizer a few hours ago. Also wiping down the back of the prosthetic. It's like this, or is it like this? Like that or like this? Something is telling me that it goes like this. I'm using Prosade for my adhesive. I am double adhering this, which I learned from the video. Taking a bit of Prosade and applying it to the center of that area that I mapped out with the powder. And I'm also applying some to the center of the prosthetic. It takes a little while, but you have to be patient and wait for it to turn clear, because if you put it on while it's still wet, then it will stay wet underneath because the air won't be hitting it. I'm just applying the Prosade to the other horn while I'm waiting for that one to dry. Gonna bring in reinforcements. This is actually working really well. Turning clear right before my eyes. Gently press down. It's so squishy. I'm gonna be honest, I just went completely into my hair. You actually can remove Prosade from hair, unlike liquid latex, which is a nightmare. I'm peeling back the edge and adding a little bit more adhesive in the little crevice. I gotta open up and let it really dry. I got a few of my hairs in there, and honestly, like, collateral damage at this point. I'm not putting this thing on again. I saved my hair and clipped it back. It's definitely super hard working right next to hair. The adhesive is clear on both surfaces. Time to stick it on. Let's try to make this even. Now I'm repeating the same steps that I already did on this side. The point is to get a really good bond around the edges so that the prosthetic blends seamlessly into your skin. I'm peeling back the edges in sections and adding a little bit of Prosade underneath and also on the skin. I'm using my little portable fan to try to make that dry a little bit faster. And then once the adhesive is completely clear, you know it's time to press it down and move on to the next section. Silicone prosthetics dissolve with acetone, so I'm using 100% acetone on Q-tips to start removing this outer edge. So I'm using a rolling motion and I'm working in sections. Boom. Roll it away. This is the funnest part for sure. I love this part. You definitely have to be careful working with acetone. It's a scary chemical. I accidentally just dropped some on the little palette that I use for like my foundation, and it dissolved the plastic in the palette, so now I'm using my metal palette. But yeah, be very careful with acetone. Also, if you have nails on, I purposely did not put my nails on because I knew I would be working with acetone. You don't want it to dissolve the wrong thing. I can actually see some areas in this horn where the Prosade did not completely dry. That is my bad. It just looks like some wet areas around the like rim. You can see how it's white under there. Yeah, that's not gonna dry because the air isn't hitting it, so it's just gonna have to stay like that. Once I have the horns glued down, I'm applying foundation to the surrounding area. Using the Skin Illustrator FX palette again, I love some good veining, so I'm using the blood tones and also the bruise tone from the palette. I've always liked doing veining before adding any other shading because it allows you to layer products over top of the veins, which makes it more realistic for the veins to appear to be beneath the surface of the skin. The instructor actually did the same thing when she was working on veining, so it was really satisfying to see an industry professional validate that method. It just gives much more of a realistic effect. So I am being a bit heavy-handed with the dark veins because I know I'm going to be going over it with some foundation and shading. And with these paints, you can just use alcohol to dab away some of the pigment. I love working in layers, so I'm going back and forth a bit with blending out the veins and adding some more, trying to get a good variation in color, size, and intensity. For this look, I also did veining underneath my eye, and I gotta tell you, the instructor warned me, but I still was not prepared. It can be really tough working with 90% alcohol. Anywhere close to the eyes, you have to be really, really careful. Just the fumes were making my eyes water so much. Other than being more careful, I used the same methods I did around the horns, adding in the veins and then going over with foundation and shading. The entire look came together so beautifully, and the prosthetic application is pretty seamless. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want to see the full tutorial on the face makeup. Thank you Online Makeup Academy for sponsoring today's video, and thank you, the viewer, for watching and possibly comment and liking the video and doing all this stuff. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. I've had these horns on for 12 hours at this point, and I think they look pretty good.